Welcome aboard. You had breakfast?
Got into a lot of trouble.
Promised you a luxury cruise, didn't I? Complete with first-class accommodations. Even dinner with the captain. What's wrong?
Oh, whoever said sailing away was going to solve anything, Lionel.
I'm not offering any solutions. I just wanted to do something nice for you. Hey. I'm not even expecting anything in return.
I know.
I will also understand if you don't want to be here. I'll take you back.
Home. Home is what you were going to say. You'll take me back home, and then you remember that I don't have a home.
Let this be your home, at least for a while. Shall I tell the captain to cast off?
Thank you. Sure. Could I have some more water, too, please?
Aren't you afraid you're going to spill something on that?
Kelly, what are you doing here?
Well, my family does have a connection with the hotel, so I stop by every now and then.
Well, I thought you'd be in New York by now.
Yeah. I was persuaded not to go.
You were?
My father wants me to stay and supervise the casino.
Well, I'm supervising the casino, and I seem to be doing just fine. As a matter of fact, I think we might open next week. So you can tell your father that I don't need a watchdog.
Won't do much good, though.
Why not?
Because as my father sees it, if you have Capwell financing, you have Capwell supervision, along with some Capwell interference if necessary.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, maybe not.
Look, there wouldn't even be a casino if I didn't take a useless, rusty piece of real estate and turn it into a going concern. Now, this has been my baby from the start. Now, I don't need someone looking over my shoulder.
Oh, I get it. So we're supposed to sit back and just wait for the annual report?
No, but you're supposed to let the boss be the boss. Now, I know what I'm doing.
I didn't say you didn't. I am just reserving the right to have my own evaluation.
Excuse me. To make an executive decision. Good morning, Augusta. May I call you Augusta?
I don't think so. Just because I succumbed to the momentary folly of asking you for a job in your silly little gambling den doesn't mean you have permission to be intimate with me.
I see. So you really weren't interested in the job?
Well, how could I be after talking to you? You do have a way of dulling enthusiasm, Mr. Hartley.
My apologies. And please, call me Dylan.
What on earth for?
Well, I like to be on a first-name basis with my employees. You see, I've come to see the tremendous advantage that you could give us at the casino. I hope you'll reconsider.
Oh, but you were so opposed to it the other day. You said I was, I don't know, the wrong type, too high class for you.
Call it a temporary blind spot. I think you would be invaluable to us.
You mean you're offering me the job?
If you'll take it.
Well, it could be a lark.
It'll be a lot of hard work is what I think it would be.
Oh, well, I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll work harder than the others. And I do give you permission.
To what?
Call me Augusta.
Great. I'll let you order your breakfast and we can talk details later.
Thank you.
Augusta. David, please take this woman's order for breakfast and put it on my bill.
What was all that about?
Just taking care of my personnel.
Your what?
A casino has to be run with employees.
What do your employees have to do with Augusta?
She's going to be one.
You hired Augusta Lockridge to work in the casino?
And what's the matter? Doesn't that meet with the approval of my supervisor?
Would you like some more toast, Cece?
Yes, I would.
Well, if your appetite is any indication, I would say you're going to be kicking your doctors and nurses out of here any minute.
Well, you're probably right about the doctors, but certainly not about you. I hope you're not leaving. You're a tonic for me. You're like a nonpartisan in a sea of discord. You've won everybody's affection and admiration.
Everyone has been very kind to me.
Even Mason?
At times, Mason was the kindest. Of course, at other times...
I can imagine. Should have the decency to treat you properly.
Cece, it wasn't always his fault.
No, I will not have you taking the blame for his treating you the way he treats you. Now, I want you to go find him and bring him to me now. I've got to talk to him.
This isn't about me, is it?
No, it is not about you. It's about something that happened last night. Go get him, Mary. He's got a lot to answer for.
Is this our idea of a joke?
What do you mean, is this a joke? She came to me a couple of days ago and applied for a job. She wanted to work. I was hiring. Why not?
What do you mean she wanted to work? Dylan, Augusta has more money than she'll ever know what to do with.
Oh, I don't believe that coming from you, Kelly.
What?
You have money, yet you want to work.
Dylan, you know how Daddy and the family feel about the Lockridges. What do you...
Excuse me. Did I hear the family name taken in vain?
I was just telling Kelly how happy we are to have you with us.
Us?
Yes, Kelly did the original designs for the casino, and the Capitol Enterprises gave me some of my startup cost, so she has a vested interest.
Well, I didn't know the Capwells were involved in this. I may have to think it over, Mr. Hartley.
Dylan.
Dylan. See, I thought when I entered the workforce, as it might be under a more reputable concern.
Excuse me, Dylan, but could we have our discussion somewhere else while we're so rudely interrupted?
Excuse me, we'll be right back.
Excuse me.
Slow down a minute. What is your problem?
You are my problem. If there was ever a case of cutting off your nose to spite your face, it's you, Dylan. Hi, guys and gals. Care to have a cup of coffee with us? Maybe later.
Something's wrong?
Oh, no, nothing at all. Dylan just hired Augusta Lockridge to work at the casino, so I'm giving him my heartiest congratulations.
She didn't say that.
I think she did.
Is she serious?
About everything but the congratulations, I think.
Dylan hired Augusta for the
I
casino?
wonder why. To do what?
I don't care what. If she's gonna be there, I want out.
Oh, now, you have a wonderful job there. I don't think you should let Augusta drive you.
Augusta nearly ruined our lives. I don't want to be anywhere near her.
Yeah. Why do I get the feeling that Kelly is saying the exact same thing?
Can I get you anything else?
No. No, it was lovely.
Just the salt air. Make something special out of even the worst circumstances.
My life right now qualifies as some of the worst circumstances.
You feel you've lost everything, don't you?
Yeah, I'm real angry with myself. I really expected if my children forgave me that Cece would forgive me, and I feel like a fool.
Cece is not a forgiving man.
It'd be difficult for any man to do that.
I don't know. There ought to be a statute of limitations on all this, shouldn't there? Come on. And if we did something so wrong that we thought was right, I mean, what about all the years that have gone on in between? What about all the loyalty and love that you've showered on Cece and your children? I mean, hasn't that changed things at all?
Oh, apparently not in Cece's eyes.
Yeah, not in Augusta's eyes either. I mean, admittedly, I have upset her, I've angered her, but I'm a better person now. Not in her eyes. To her, I haven't changed one bit.
It makes you want to not really try to change because they just keep looking at you exactly the way they want to.
Which is exactly the reason that we shouldn't pay one bit of attention to what people think about us taking this trip. I mean, if ever two people needed to get away together, it's us.
Cece's going to have me followed, you know. There's someone probably following us right now.
What, out here?
Oh, yes, he's going to try to discredit from now on anything I do.
Really? Well, I'm not going to let that happen.
You might be too busy trying to keep him from doing the same thing to you.
Yeah? You know something? I'm not afraid of CC. And his threats don't bother me. But I'm not going to let him hurt you. I'm not going to let anyone hurt you.
You wanted to see me?
Thank you, Mary. Would you please sit down?
Oh, no, this is between you and Mason.
No. I want you to stay.
Why?
I think it'll become quite clear as we go along. Have a seat, Mary.
I, assume you want her to act as some sort of jury. But then, you've never been one for giving a person a fair trial.
Why did you invite Brick Wallace to our house last night?
Brotherly hospitality. Better late than never.
What did you expect to accomplish besides humiliating somebody?
Well, I didn't know you were going to ban him from the premises. You know, technically, he may be no relation to you or me, but to Ted and Kelly and Eden...
That has nothing to do with it, and you know it. You got him there under false pretenses solely for your own amusement in the middle of a family crisis.
I thought he fared pretty well. I was kind of touched by the way he leapt to Sophia's defense when you tried to banish her from the kingdom.
He was not amused by it at all. And you used him to hurt me. And the only one who enjoyed it was you.
I have no part in this.
Yes, you do. I want to show you what Mason is really like, Mary.
Seems to me she's learning a lot more about what you're really like.
I don't want to know any of this.
Yes, you do. You should know the lengths that Mason will go, my son will go, to harm me. Like sleeping with my wife. Like delighting in telling me that the boy I thought was my firstborn son was a sexual deviant.
Mr. Capwell.
Mary, I want you to know that he is nothing at all like the rest of us. And you should have nothing whatsoever to do with him.
Oh, you don't have to point out my faults to Mary. She's all too aware of them. But maybe now she'll understand what drove me to do some of the things I did.
You're not even good enough to be in the same room.
Just stop it. How can you do this to each other? I mean, hasn't anything changed after what went on in this house? You know, a life was almost lost, and then it was given back again. That's a gift. That is a chance to make things right, and you're wasting it.
You're right, Mary.
I mean, what purpose is it going to serve? It's just pointless bitterness.
Yes, you are right. And I will not waste another moment of my time. I want you out of this house today. Go pack your bags and get out. I said pack your bags and go.
You don't mean that.
Yes, he does. It's not the first time he sent me packing.
But why send him away? I mean, you could do so much more than that.
It's too late for that, Mary.
I don't believe that. All the love, all the pain that he was in when you were sick, is this what it adds up to? I'll get it.
Hi. You all set to go?
Yeah, let me just get my purse.
Okay. Mr. Capwell. Mark McCormick. Sure is good to see you up and around.
Thank you.
I wasn't involved with your case for very long, but I'm as happy about your recovery as if I'd been treating you right from the start.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your contribution.
Well, if you're ready to go.
Go where?
Apartment hunting. I promised Mary I'd help her look.
Why do you need an apartment, Mary?
Well, you're not going to be needing me much longer.
That's not true. I told you I'd need you. I need you to get my medication for me, to remind me of my physical therapy appointments.
I think you'll manage.
Not sure the rest of us can.
You won't even be here, Mason, remember? Mary, please, take these keys, go down to the guest house, and look around.
Oh, no, Cece.
Please, it would give me satisfaction to know that somebody would appreciate it.
I can't accept that.
I want you to. Please go down, look around, and think about it. It would give me great joy for you to stay.
Would it?
Yes, it would. You mean more to me than I can tell you. You saved my life.
All right, I will look at the guest house. Will you do something for me?
What's that?
Think about me saving your life. I had help, you know. I couldn't have done it without Mason. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Mason, I told you to pack and get out. Pack and get out. I have an appointment with Minx Lockridge. When I come back, I want you out of here.
You don't have to stay with me.
Grandmother, I don't want you facing C.C. Capwell alone.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I just want to show him a little family solidarity. Now, I may not have liked what you did, but he's in no position to pass judgment on you or anybody else.
You don't understand, do you, Warren? Why I felt that I had to protect my grandchild.
Grandmother, nobody has the right to take a child from his parents no matter what.
Do you think it would have been better to let Brick be brought up by C.C. Capwell as a father?
Grandmother, maybe you saved Rick, but what about my mother and father? What did these terrible secrets do to them? It destroyed them. That's what it destroyed my whole family.
Darling, I thought I honestly believed that those secrets would be kept secret. I never dreamed that so many people would be hurt.
I guess that's why we can't play God, isn't it? He can see the future, but we can't. Guess he's here.
I can't believe this now.
Look,
you can't let Augusta cheat you out of the only job you have been offered.
I don't want to be around her. I'll find another job.
You tried and you can't. Don't let her ruin this. Hasn't she ruined enough?
Look, baby, it's not just Augusta being around, it's Kelly, too.
Kelly?
Honey, there's big capital money involved in this. Now, the old man has put Kelly in charge of making sure that the family gets a good return. I'm the business manager for the casino. Well, can't you see how tricky this is now that they know that I'm related to them?
No, what's wrong with it?
Look, when I was at the house last night, Cece comes flying out, wanting to know what I was after. I mean, he practically dared me to make a claim against the family fortune.
You didn't tell me that.
I just wanted to forget about it. I told him I didn't want anything, and I don't. They're gonna be watching me to see if I'm planning anything at all.
You're not planning anything. Are you?
Maybe. But not what they think.
So?
So what?
So, did you like the guest house?
Of course I liked it. It's beautiful. It's perfect for one person. It's everything I need.
So, are you gonna take up Mr. Capwell on his offer?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
You don't think I should?
Look, I don't have the right to tell you where to live.
Hey, obviously you think I'm making a mistake.
Well, it's like you said, your work's done here. Why hang around?
For one thing, because Mr. Capwell seems to think he needs me.
Oh, well, he doesn't.
Well, he thinks he does, Mark. Maybe he does. He knows more about his needs than we do.
Okay, maybe. But I just don't think it's a terrific idea for you to live here.
Why not?
All right, I admit it. I was looking forward to you spending time away from Mason.
I will be. He's moving out.
Mary, listen, if you're living here, he'll just find some excuse to come up here. And then he'll find an excuse to drop by the guest house while he's in the neighborhood.
Hey, he's not going to drop by, Mark, because it's over between us.
Is that why you felt the need to jump up to his defense today?
What?
Mary, when we left, you said something about Mason helping you save his father's life. Well, I saw a look on your face I wish I hadn't seen.
Mason has done a lot of good things, and I don't think his father should overlook that.
I just know he's not over you yet. I'm beginning to wonder whether you're really over him.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Is it? Or isn't he the reason why the guest house seems so appealing? Maybe you're not quite ready to make a break.
I'm not going to deny that I've been very confused about Mason, but I know one thing. We're not right for each other.
I know that. Do you?
Look, how do you want me to prove it? By running as far away from this house as I can get? You want me to live in China?
I just hope you know what you're doing. That's all.
All right. If you're not going to listen to me, there's only one thing left to do.
That's right. Live with it.
That's not what I had in mind.
Thank you, David. What did you have in mind?
You can speak to my father.
Look, I gave you my decision. You're his field rep. Isn't that enough?
What's the matter, Dylan? You afraid to face him?
Be realistic.
I'm telling you, he's not very easy to push around.
And you're forgetting something. I'm not going to be pushed around. Now, I based my decision on good common sense. Now, what are you? You're so upset about it because of some family rivalry?
Good common sense. Tell me good common sense reasons for hiring
Because
Augusta.
the woman is worth her weight alone in gold because of the connections that she has. Now, she knows every high roller from here to Los Angeles. They spend their money at home, they get tired of it, they meet in Monte Carlo once a month.
Great. That guarantees you customers for the first month or so. Then you got her stuffy, arrogant attitude scaring off everybody else.
Look, I have made my decision. Now, let's go. We have a meeting out at the oil rig. Hey, everybody ready to go?
I don't know, are we?
Yeah, let's go.
I thought you were quitting.
Well, not yet. There's a few things I'd like to accomplish first.
Go ahead, I'll pay the check. Hey, Slim, wait a minute. Is there something wrong between you and Dylan? Always. You don't like him?
Why don't you say what you have to say and go, Cece? We don't have all morning.
Your grandmother has pressing business, does she?
Yes.
What is it? More babies to switch?
I was saving my grandchild, Cece. Saving him from you.
Oh, I see. Well, I like what you offered him in return. A chance to be raised by carnival nomads. You really did the boy a favor, didn't you, Minx?
The Wallaces are good, decent people, which is more than I can say of you, or your father, or your grandfather.
I don't care about the Wallaces or the child they raised. I came here to make you understand something. I will never, ever forgive you for letting me believe that Channing was my son.
Wait, don't you think you're blaming the wrong person here, Cece? It was Sophia who let you believe Channing was your son. Now, if you should be blaming someone, it should be Sophia.
I promise you this, young man. I hold all you Lockridges accountable.
If you're waiting for an apology, you won't get one from me. I thank God that I protected Brick from being raised by you as a father. Look what happened to Channing.
Minx, don't say one word about Channing.
When you thought he wasn't your son, your love turned to hate.
That is not true. I love that boy. I loved him despite his weaknesses.
And you were so ready to blame those weaknesses on Lionel when you thought he was Lionel's son.
You evil old.
What? Oh, how your father would have been proud of you.
You and Lionel, you think you've won, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, where is Lionel?
He's not here, Cece.
Lionel the coward.
You've twisted and destroyed your family, Cece. I've kept mine. They still have a chance of happiness.
Only because you were a kidnapper, Minx. But you will all pay. Your children and your children's children. I only hope to God you live long enough.
Don't you want to know where Lionel is, Cece?
No.
No, I think you do. He's with Sophia. They took the yacht for a little sail up the coast. Isn't that romantic? That's right. I don't think it makes much sense for you to be here attacking my grandmother when the two people who are responsible for this are out there laughing in our faces. Cece, if you have to go after somebody, go after them, okay?
Warren, you shouldn't have said that.
What are you doing?
Did you ever play the trivial game before?
Yes, I played the game before, but I think you shouldn't do it today. We need a mind without distractions to play this.
Oh, really? Why don't you sit down over there? Let me distract you from your distraction. Besides, they're not the usual kind of questions.
Oh, please, no geography. I'm so good at geography.
No geography. Maybe just a little history. I have prepared a few questions myself.
That's not fair. You're not supposed to write your own questions.
Not fair? It's my boat. The subject is history, as I say.
Okay.
A number of years ago, Lionel Lockridge and Sophia Wayne had a memorable picnic at the Hollywood Bowl. First question. What was the first selection played on that fateful night?
Why don't you ask me a difficult question? Like the color of your shirt.
That's a bonus question.
Blue with a pinstripe. And the first number played was Bolero.
You're very good at this game.
We were so happy then.
I saw you, and I loved you, and I should have turned around and walked the other way.
If you had, I wouldn't have let you go.
Look at this place.
Hi, Teddy. Listen, are we going to have the walls sconces up today?
Yeah, he will.
Believe it. Last time I
Good
saw
job,
this
Randy.
place, it was a floating junkyard.
Some transformation, eh?
Formation, you'd have to beat customers away with a stick.
Good.
Yeah, maybe that should be Augusta's job. Oh, please, come on, show me
You don't
around.
think that the opening date is unrealistic, do you, Brick?
Not at the rate we're going.
Good. Well, how about the machines? How are they doing?
Check with the manufacturers and delivery date is all set.
Good. Now, I'm not going to set up the appointment with the Gaming Commission until after they're installed.
Wait a second, what do you need an inspection for? I thought we're exempt if we're past the 12-mile limit.
It's true, but I thought it would be good PR if we had a certificate. That way, everyone will know that all the games are absolutely fair.
Yeah, you're right, it can't hurt. Listen, I've got an idea. I want you to look over the cost of the security systems. I think what we could do...
Kelly, would you mind getting that, please?
Here, so if you sit down.
Next place.
That's you, Kelly.
Daddy, hi. I'm glad you got my message.
Everything all right?
Well, the casino looks great, and everything seems to be running ahead of schedule for the opening.
Wonderful.
But there is one thing I don't think you're going to be too pleased about.
What is that?
I'm telling you now because I don't want it to hit you as a surprise when the opening comes.
Kelly, what is it?
Augusta Lockridge has been hired to work at the casino.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, that's right. She applied for the job, and Dylan hired her.
Well, he can unhire her right away.
Daddy. He refuses to reconsider. Now, he insists that she is indispensable to the place.
How long will it take you to get Hartley over here?
Well, he's looking at some forms right now. I don't know.
You get him here in 1 hour.
All right, Daddy. We'll be there.
Who was that?
It's my father. He wants to see you. Now,
I'm busy now.
Dylan, all my father has to do is make one quick phone call to the bank, and your operating budget is down to 0. Now, I suggest if you don't want him to do anything hasty, you get over there and meet with him right now.
What about?
Well, it seems that he found out Augusta was hired for the job.
Oh, I wonder what little birdie told him that.
Listen, it is my job to keep him up on things. Now, he wants to see you within the hour.
Fine, let's get...
Take some records with you.
I'm not going to need any records. I'm going to tell him myself.
He needs some proof on paper that you know what you're doing.
Look, I'm going to tell him myself, and if that's not enough...
If that's not enough, what?
It will be enough. Let's go. Kelly, come on.
All right, just one more question before I go.
No, Mark, I don't want to discuss my living arrangements anymore.
No, it's not about that.
Oh, what?
Well, there's that big bash for the casino that's opening up next week.
Oh, yeah, Kelly's been telling me about that.
How about me taking you?
Oh, Mark, that's not really my thing.
Oh, mine either, but that's why I think we should go. We'll expand our horizons.
All right. You're gonna have to teach me those games.
You kidding? It's gonna be like the blind leading the blind. But I think it'll be fun, and I think we both need that. I'll see you later.
All right.
Well, now, you see, I could have turned you into a master at blackjack and roulette in one easy lesson.
Mason, I didn't know you were standing there.
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't help overhearing your plans. And I think we ought to have the paparazzi there to record it. Ex-nun enters den of iniquity with promising young physician.
All right, I will donate all of my winnings to charity. How's that? I'll turn it over to the clinic.
It's a perfect way to deal with ill-gotten gains. Channel them all into a good cause. I'm supposed to be going, aren't I? Orders from on high.
Where are you gonna go?
Stop at the first motel with a vacancy sign.
Oh, Mason, I'm so sorry about this.
I'm surprised it matters to you.
I want you to be happy.
I used to be, Mary. I still don't understand why it couldn't last.
You're supposed to be gone by now, Mason.
Well, I knew you wouldn't want me to rush off without a chance for a tearful goodbye. Well, Dad, is this it? This the big moment?
I don't know, Mason. That's really up to you.
Excuse me, I have things to do upstairs.
Well, maybe I don't understand, Dad. I thought I was being thrown out.
Can you give me one good reason why you should be allowed to stay?
Several.
I can't. There's nothing that I could possibly come up with that tells me you could contribute anything to this family.
I contributed when you were still sick. To put it simply, I kept Eden from losing everything we've got.
That is a matter of opinion.
Uh-huh, and as usual, no opinion counts.
I just don't happen to think that your strength lies in you being a captain of industry.
You've never felt that I had any strengths, period.
That's not entirely true.
For as far back as I can remember, not one word of praise. Don't tell me you've happened on something at this late date.
You do have the knack of sensing people's weaknesses. You know the Achilles heel. You have the art form for that.
Well, I thank you, Dad, but that doesn't quite sound like a compliment.
Well, I have a healthy respect for intuition. And when it's specialized like you do at it, it may be able to put to good use.
Are you suggesting there's some use you'd like to put it to?
I had a meeting today with Minx Lockridge.
And?
If I have one goal in life now that I'm well, it's to make sure that family knows that we are nothing to trifle with. And if I could make that known to each one of those Lockridges individually, it would give me great pleasure.
And you're saying I'd be of some value in that regard?
Yes, Mason. I think you should be.
I see. So once again, I have to audition for my father's approval. Once again, I have to delude myself into thinking that if I bring home the golden fleece, that my position in the family will be secure. So, say I strive and slave for weeks, even months, and one day, the fleece is mine. I bring home my hard-won trophy and lay it at your feet, and what happens? You've already got one. Or you wanted it yesterday, and today it's too late. Whatever happens, I'm going to come up short. So no, Dad. I don't think I want to put myself through that again.
Shoot yourself. Suit yourself, Mason. I'll have my pound of flesh from the Lockridges no matter what, with you or without you. By the way, have you heard that Augusta is now working for us?
Where?
At that Hartley Boys Casino. Augusta's actually on our payroll. I also heard she's probably going to get a divorce from Lionel.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I'd like to see that she does. Because if she goes, with community property, half of Lockridge Holdings go with her. And that would weaken Lionel considerably, make him a lot easier to handle, if you know what I mean. Now, someone could win my approval if they were to see that that divorce was carried through with no reconciliations. Do you possibly know anybody who could accomplish that?
No.
No? Well, if you did, even though you probably don't, what would you do about it?
Well, I'd have to become her friend first, wouldn't I? That wouldn't be real difficult. We have a lot in common right now. We're both out on our ears, both alone in the world.
I'm listening.
What's in it for me, Dad?
Oh, Mason, life makes no promises, only opportunities. Take it or leave it.
Well, I don't think it's worth it.
No, that's not what I want.
Well, hello, Kelly. You're just in time to say goodbye. Don't forget to write. Dylan?
Mason? Mr. Capwell, I'm Dylan Hartley. I want to be right up front with you and tell you that I really didn't want to come here today.
Is that so, Mr. Hartley?
Yes, sir, it is. I have 1,000,001 things to do in order to open this casino. Now, I want to make a profit for both of us. That's my priority.
Well, maybe your priority is that you should be very careful about who you hire.
Well, I understand that you do have some problems with Augusta Lockridge, but I want to tell you she's going to be good for us. We need someone like her.
It has nothing to do with Augusta Lockridge. Nothing at all. You see, I'm interested in you, Mr. Hartley. I've investigated your background to see what qualifies you to be in this rather eccentric business venture. Why don't we hit the highlights, shall we? Educational record singularly unimpressive, the classic underachiever. Drifted around various Caribbean surfing beaches after college. Was finally persuaded to enroll in medical school in the Caribbean, or so you pretended. Used the tuition money from your brother Nick to finance some flimsy air cargo operation.
Daddy, it's not as bad as it sounds. Listen, he and his partner were moving food and medical supplies to African countries.
Oh, I see. And during this philanthropic activity, your brother's never aware of your change of agenda?
No, he wasn't. I didn't get around to telling him until later.
I see. And if you decided on another use of the money that I supply you, would you get around to telling me about it later?
It's not the same thing, Mr. Capwell.
It is not the same thing? I think it is. Well, I'm a relative stranger, so maybe it would take you a little bit longer to get around to me.
Look, I've gone through a lot of changes since I came to Santa Barbara. I'm going to pay my brother back every red cent that I owe him. Now, that's one of the main reasons why I started on this business adventure in the first place.
I don't believe in overnight changes.
Mr. Capwell, I didn't say it was overnight. Better late than never, I grew up. People have been good to me here. People have believed enough in me for me to start believing in myself.
Mr. Hartley, there is nothing you have said or done that indicates you know how to run a business.
Well, you wait until your money doubles. Now, that should give you some kind of an indication. Now, I can guarantee you that the money that you've invested will pay itself back in 6 months. You have my word on that.
I'm afraid your word is not good enough.
What do you mean?
If I'd been around when this business was proposed, I never would have given my financial agreement to it. I know you've worked very hard on this, but I'm afraid as a businessman, I can't let you go ahead with this project.
Oh, it's hypnotic out there.
Rhythm of the waves just grabs you and won't let go, huh?
I know, and for a moment, for one brief moment, I almost forgot everything.
Why don't we just keep going? Pick a spot. Wide, Japan. Just say full speed ahead, huh?
No, don't do that. Don't say that. Please don't. We promised. There's no running away, Lionel.
You're right. You know something? The next time you go on deck, I want you to wear sunscreen so you don't burn yourself up.
You taking care of me?
Yeah.
I've been remembering. I've been thinking about you and me.
Yeah?
We had no worries. We had no thoughts except each other. No. No.
You know something? We have lost everything except ourselves. We have nothing else left to lose.
Hello, Augusta.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable somewhere else?
Why, is this seat taken?
What do you want?
A martini to start. I'll order one for you, too. 2 martinis, say?
I don't recall saying what I wanted.
You were just about to order one, Augusta. But you always order when you're here.
I didn't know I was under surveillance.
Not under surveillance, Augusta. You're just the kind of woman whose tastes people notice. I've been noticing you for years.
You want something.
All right, I do. I want to know if it's true.
What?
Well, I heard something a few hours ago that I just couldn't believe. I heard that you were going to be working in Dylan Hartley's casino.
That's right.
Do you want to tell me why?
Not particularly.
Oh, please.
Not that it is any of your business, but it's sort of my declaration of independence. I mean, if I'm going to have a new life, then by God, it's going to be a new life. And I suppose you find that very amusing.
Oh, I think it's awe-inspiring and very brave. I wouldn't have given you credit for that in a million years. You're really something, Augusta. Here's to, independence.
Skull.
Salute.
Thanks, Brick. I appreciate it. I didn't think I was gonna need all of this stuff.
Well, I hope I got it all. I brought everything that I could think of, okay?
Listen, where are you going?
Look, being here twice in 2 days is a little bit too much for me. I'm not anxious to stick
Wait a
around.
second. I am about to launch into the sales pitch of my life. I need some moral support here.
Good, you guys are here. Come on, let's go in there.
Kelly, wait a second. I have to look over this. I don't even know what we've got here.
Dylan, you don't have time. Dad has a press conference in 5 minutes. Wing it.
I got it.
Mr. Capwell, I appreciate it. I think we're all set now. You know Brick Wallace, my financial manager? He was good enough to bring over some of the papers that I need. We're all set, Brick?
Yep.
This is a projection of the house odds and a profit margin for the first 3 months. What we have here is the projected profit for the food and drinks. I think it's conservative. Now, I have a friend who owns a club which is similar to the capacity of ours, and I like his figures a lot better than ours. Here are our total expenditures for the last 2 months. You'll notice that the antique fixtures and furnishings were gotten for a song. Estate sales, thrift shops, we combed them all.
You saved about 75% of the cost by buying used.
And here are the papers on the electrical work. I did most of it myself. We had an inspection and passed. Right here, you'll notice the contractor's original estimate.
I've heard enough.
Mr. Capwell, you're not even giving me a fair shake.
You haven't let me explain to you how much they're going to save on labor.
I said I've heard enough.
Mr. Capwell, haven't you ever wanted to do something? Knew that you could do something and people wouldn't give you a chance because they didn't think you had enough experience? I've heard enough about you to know that you always didn't play it safe. You took risks. Risk that sooner or later turned out for the best. I'm asking you to take a chance on me, Mr. Capwell, and if I fall flat on my face, I will spend the rest of my life paying you back, I promise.
That was a very nice speech. Totally unnecessary.
Fine. Sorry for wasting your time.
Make sure you open on schedule. I've got a business appointment and a press conference.
You did it, buddy.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I love you. Congratulations. That's great. I hate to say this, we have to pick Johnny up at the sitters.
Brick, thanks for being there when I needed you, pal.
Anytime, please. Not here again.
Okay, you got it.
Bye, see you. Bye. Well, you did it.
There's something you've got to realize about me, Kelly. I never lose. I want something bad enough. I get it.